This influences my thinking and consequently my actions.
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
I am trying to do with my life something which few people try to do. And this influences my thinking and consequently my actions. Yes,
And what is that?
I am not completely like other people.
What do you mean by that?
People disagree like that.
And in what way are you different?
This influences my thinking and consequently my actions.
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
I am trying to do with my life something which few people try to do. And this influences my thinking and consequently my actions. Yes,
And what is that?
I am not.
Hello, guys.
What do you mean by that?
Test, microphone checker. Microphone record on the checker. We're getting it done. live stream, feedback, fun time, number 48. Don't forget to submit your track, description, Discord. You know what it is. We're going to be going over loudness levels, sound design, arrangement, whole creative idea. We're going to see what's good. We have about 11 submissions right now. Let's go ahead and bring up the first from the one and only. Am I Dead? Subtronics bootleg Insidious. Let's go. Let's get it done. I'm gonna pull up in the chat right now.
Fly away. These heavy hands got it all in change. They say it's gotta be my price to pay. Carried away in a tidal wave. Lost at sea. A million lights shining back at me. They say it might have been insanity. It's just the demon inside of me. 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 It's just the demon inside. It's just the demon. It's just the demon. It's just the
Inside of me. And that is the Subtronics Insidious Am I Dead bootleg coming in at number 1 in the lineup. Now, I should say, this is okay, you know. I wouldn't say it's anything that's super bangy because this main bass that you're playing here seems to be the same bass that you're playing through the whole drop. You do switch up the rhythm here, but the overall tone of the bass stays the same, so while we're listening, for the first 8 bars, it sounds nice, fresh, but as we start to progress through the song, the same tone and the same rhythm starts to get repetitive, so the energy starts to lower over time. And then once we get to this point where it starts to switch up, it's almost a little bit too late for the switch up to come because the energy levels have dropped. So you want to make sure that you start maybe automating like different filters on your basses to switch the tones and frequencies in different phrases and switch the rhythms probably sooner beforehand. And then you can just, you know, make whole different phrases with new unique sections. And a lot of the synths that are playing, like from the original, there's almost too much of the synth being played. Like when it comes back in here, like it doesn't really need to be doing that. Like there should be more focus on the basses and stuff rather than the synths. Those synths are taking up a lot of the mix. And then over time, that synth becomes super repetitive. Like we heard the tone a lot already in the intro and in the drop. So then by the time we're here, it starts to get predictable. And we don't want it to be predictable. Also, these fake outs right here seem very out of control. Like there's multiple fast rhythms happening at the same time. It's like they're competing because we're trying to listen to one like main riff, right? But if there's 2 main riffs competing for like rhythmic space, it's causing a disruption. So it's like, okay, which one do I listen to? When really you just have to like get lost in it. And then you can definitely remove more of the frequencies, keep it more like band passy, so that when the drop hits, you kind of get smacked with all the frequencies all at once. It'll be a lot more impactful. It'll be dope. And you should definitely be trying to modify and edit these sections as well. If you're going to make like a different genre, then these would like be sped up or slowed down so it sound different. But if we're in the same like overall BPM, we should do some cool unique stuff to these intros as well. Cool. All right. Overall, good job. Nice energy. We definitely want to take it to the next level. Make sure that it's as high energy as possible in the drop and make sure that it doesn't get repetitive or predictable later on in the later phrases. Up next, we have Splits with Spine Consumer. Oh my God. Okay. I guess it's going down. Let's consume some spine. Spine Consumer.
Yeah!
All right. Cool. That splits with spine consumer. At the end there, I just put it in a little loop so I can basically calculate the BPM. You know, because at the end, we're like switching up the rhythm so that it's like different and slower. But the thing is we're slowing it down to us dancing halftime. And it's about like 63 beats per minute, right? So if we're dancing that slow, I mean, that's very low energy. You really want to make sure that you don't get stuck in halftime. We want to be in full time where we're dancing in full motion. Because if you play this in the club, it'd have to be a very specific, very like certain sections where you want to slow it down. But usually people are like wanting to dance the whole time. So usually you're not going to be doing halftime like this. Now you could keep everything as is, you know what I mean? But add extra, faster rhythmic elements like fast hat loops, fast top loops, fast, you know, stuff going on in the background so that it makes you move faster while the basses and drums are slowed down. So you can, you know, manipulate the song in ways where you can play halftime and double time at the same time. This is what they do in metal all the time, in the genre metal, and they even go like triple time, like the drums will go crazy. So keep that in mind. It's all math, really. Also, it's too loud. I had to turn it down to listen to it. It was coming in like -2, peaking. And with this type of rhythm, you really don't need it to be that loud. Like -5 to -3 should be your goal. And even -3 is too loud because that's like super loud tearout. So you don't have to even get that loud. So bring down the levels, work on cleaning it, mixing it down. You can see once we start to zoom out, it starts to brick. You see how the waveform just like bricks up? It's not a good sign. That usually means that there's a lot of compression, too much compression, and you might be sending everything to the master all at once and maybe getting too crowded. So just double check on the way you're routing and busing, how everything's flowing. So right now it's sounding a little bit too loud. Has good flow though. Good flow. Thing is though, is we only get 16 bars of it. So it's really too short. And then once we hit this section, it becomes very abrupt. We kind of just get randomly thrown into the breakdown. There should be some type of transition here so that it flows smoothly from the end of the drop to this breakdown. And that'd be about it. Overall, this is pretty good song. The intro, though, very empty. You can add a vocal or a synth lead to finish filling this out and really match the theme. You know, spine consumer. You could say some stuff. You could have AI say some stuff. Pitch it down. That sounded good. Fun. Very fun. Fun time. Fun time. Okay, cool. Up next. Well, that was Splits, Spine Consumer. That was V2. Up next, we have Yuck with the Ray of Solar remix. Let's run it. Run it. Yo, Solar remix time. Good shit, good shit, good shit. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We got a little bit of feel goods. We got some, you know, when I listen to these tracks, guys, by the way, I'm just trying to imagine how it would sound. I like put myself in the club or in the festival, try to imagine how it sounds, you know, as is. And then we try to adjust from there, you know, because things don't have to be perfect. They just have to be like playable. People need to play these out, spread it to the world so that it could be shared, enjoyed. And then once DJs start playing out your music, you know you're on the right track. You know you're on your way up there, because if the best DJs in the world love your music, you know, damn right, everyone else is going to. And then boom, you're selling out those stages. All right. Anyways, in this track, we have some things that need to be worked on in the drop. When we listen, we have a lot of the frequencies filled. It's loud enough, but the way things are mixed and the way our sub's hitting, the way our main synth is hitting, just seems a bit off balance, you know, because the sub really should be the main focus here. And the sub seems pretty basic, pretty regular. You could definitely be adding more saturation, adding extra harmonics to that sub so that it can bust out more. And the basses in general. So we have a couple, like we have quarter note basses that are layered. We also have like the bump, bump. Now, all these basses, they sound good, but when you listen, take a step back and listen to everything as a whole, you can tell we're still missing some of those like mid grungy frequencies that are more in the middle that can really add a lot more beef and body and character. You know, got to add that Angus beef onto your basses, basically. So you have like the mids and the highs filled. We need some of those low mids. Your sub is going to be controlling the lows completely, and that's going to hold it down. And then in general, like the quarter note rhythm is starting here. It's playing in the middle. It's playing at the end, right? And this is should be 16. Yep, 16. So if you're playing the whole 16 bar drop with the same rhythm, this quarter note rhythm is going to get repetitive. You definitely want to switch up the way the basses are playing rhythmically. You can make them go faster or slower. Slow it down to half. Speed it up. Also, when you speed it up, you can use triplets, like quarter note triplet and eighth triplet. Those are the ones that dubstep uses a lot. Throwing some triplets here, man. Things would get spicy. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the wrong waveform. So you throw in some triplets here, things will get spicy. So like in these later phrases, you basically want to be throwing in like triplets. So every 4 bars you're going to be looking at, you have four bar sections within your drop. Then on these last 2 phrases, that's where you can get a little bit spicy. Spice it up. Throw in some quarter note triplets, slow it down. Throw in some eighth note triplets, speed it up. And then you will want to do the same thing on your second drop too. In general, we are coming in pretty loud at -2, but it sounds fairly good. It's just the way everything's mixed. We want to balance out our frequencies. We want to make the lows the most important frequencies. You know, we want to make the basses the most important frequencies and kind of balance it out that way. Pump up those lows. Lately, I've just been adding kick tight to... You just add kick tight to the sub, and it just adds all the harmonics, adds the oomph that you need. So do that, and then you can turn it down, mix it back down, and be good to go. Good job, though. Nice vibes. Made me feel like I was in the club, getting down. That's what we need. Up next, we have Cervical Carnage. Damn, these names, though. Damn. Oh, shit. All right. Cervical Carnage. It's going down. It's Dude Bro. Obviously. The one and only. Dude Bro. Run it. That is Cervical Carnage, yes, by Dude Bro. I gotta say, we have some pretty nice ideas. I know you have these ideas in your head. They're popping out. You got the flow coming out, and that's what I like to see. A lot of the things that we need to improve upon, though, are going to be like the layering of your basses. Your sample choice needs to be improved upon significantly. The kicks and the snares, which are two of the most important things in your song, are very like minuscule. They don't sound punchy or beefy at all. And this is what we're really dancing to, right? Our drums. So first off, let's listen to this kick. This kick almost sounds like there's an EQ8 on it, removing the lows. So that's a problem. We want the lows to pop through. We want all the like sub frequencies, those low frequencies, to come through on this kick. The reason we use sidechain is so that when that kick plays, everything else in the song ducks in volume so that we can still keep the kick with all of its original frequencies. That's the way to win. That's how we do it. Then, after you get a nice kick, let me show you what a kick should sound like. This is my favorite kick. Right? If you search kick, you should have a lot of different samples, you know. And you can try different kicks. You know, find some fat biggies. You see these, you can feel there's like lows in these compared to that. So we want to make sure we got some nice fat kicks, then snare. So the snare sounds very low volume. It sounds almost like the high frequencies are removed. You need to make sure you get something that's punchy, fat, and can't be EQ'd. You know, none of the frequencies can be removed. Kind of sounds like a lot of those frequencies are being removed right now. Like I said, cool flow, great ideas here. As soon as we get the mix sounding professional, right now it sounds very muffled. It doesn't sound clean yet or heavy yet because of how weak the kick and snare are and how muffled some of the sounds are. So like even the basses, for example, basses sound almost behind the scenes a little bit. If you start to layer them more, they'll start to come up front and center. They'll be louder and they'll pop up so that we can enjoy them more. Cool. And the clap too, it sounds like the clap is really wide. Make sure your clap is mono and wide at the same time. Just to make sure that your clap, which is where we headbang, boom, that's going to be thick, full. So yeah, work on those things. Sample choice is key. Layering is God. Who's God? Layering, I guess. Alright, guys. Let's get on to the next one. Looks like up next we have is Dreadful with Croakle or Crockle. The world may never know. I never know the names of any of these names of the knowing. 'Twas the knoweth down the knowing. Dreadful on the ones and twos. Let's get it done. Plays in the club. Go DJ. That's some fizzy bubbly at the end, my guy. That's some fizzy. That shit was loud and fun and a good time. I was able to turn it up and not completely destroy my ears. I was lost in the sauce, and this is really good. I like how you're adding like bubbles. You know, it's a weird contrast. You know, it's like almost the opposite of the distortion, loud basses. You're adding some like, gentle, innocent bubbles. It's all bubbling in the drop even too. So that's pretty cool. And you made it work. When the clap comes in, like your clap is just so good. It just adds so much energy. Let's check this. This fake out, by the way, it was too long. 8 bars. Yeah, do half of this. Big, nice, beefy clap. And the rhythm, like dynamically, we're shifting really well. You see this little bit of silence. We're going just like stomping, basically. It's a nice feeling. The synths holding it down. They're doing good. The synths stop 8 bars through, so they do not get repetitive. And then we switch it up. Very nice switch up, so that's really good. That's fun, man. That's different. I never really heard anything like this. But imagining in like the forest stages, like you playing something like this, these wooks would get mad. Cool, dude. Nicely done. Nicely done. Yeah. Honestly, everything sounds good except that fake out. That was the only thing that really I would change. But this is all cool, very unique. Never really heard anything like this. So, sick. Once again, doing it from the Dreddy. On the Dreddy. Okay, good job, Dreadful. Up next, we got a heavy hitter. Tang with the Skrillex Make It Bum Dum remix. Oh man, this is a good one. I think we've been waiting for this one. Oh gosh. Put the oranges in the chat. Put the tangerines in the chat. Tangerines in the chat.
And we will end your week just like a Sunday. We must rock the place, turn up the bass and make them all have fun. Skrillex ablaze the fire, make it fun. Then we must rock the place, turn up the bass and make some sound. Boy run, and we will end your week just like a Sunday.
Behave. Oh. Damn. Fuck off, dude. What? Damn. Okay. Man, I'm like waiting for a phrase to break. I'm just waiting for you to do one little tiny any mistake, and you do not at all. And it's pretty impressive. Your style is so unique, and you're doing like these switch ups and like washouts mid drop. You're having really cool like fast fill sections, and there's just so much movement constantly. Dude, good fucking job, man. The only thing I think that needs to be improved is really the intro, which is like nothing. But like, what I mean is, if I was to put this in Record Box and like go play it out, the intro is kind of difficult for me to like DJ. Because kind of just like get thrown into the drop. There's not really anything that will help us DJ. So if you can try to like make these songs more DJable, I mean, your drops are like so perfect. We want to make sure that every single DJ who's ready to fucking mix your music has a perfect song to load up, and there's like no way that they'll like second guess it. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, some DJs will just put it in, and if it's not mixing well, it won't mix well. If they won't mix it with the song, but you can add a really cool build up and stuff and have it easily mixed in so that we don't have the vocals. Because when the vocals are playing, it's harder to mix with vocals. So like you kind of want to have a section that's like without the vocals and just drums and atmospheres and stuff, something that we can mix in to the song. So just think of it like that. It'll help a lot. And the drop obviously doesn't need any work here. When you threw in your little tang, like in your tang tag, it was awesome back here. So this is awesome, dude. Like, you are doing very well. Keep practicing. The most amazing part of this is you're looping the original track in the background with your track. And it's like, it's working so good. You hear the reggae guitar, bump, bump. And this boy knows exactly where to put him. So like in reggae, that little thing, bump, 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 that guitar is on the offbeats, the 0.2s and the 0.4s. And it seems like you were able to line up the original sample very well to have it rhythmically perfect. You're even like sprinkling in some... Yeah, this is good shit, dude. Good shit. Finish this, post it. Just post like 30 remixes, bootlegs, flips, dude, and your SoundCloud's gonna blow up. And then you're gonna be playing all these shows, and you're gonna be doing what you need to do, dude. Get it done, get it done, get it done. Good job, Tang. Up next, we got the Trio Amigos with 3005 Final Drafty .m4a. Of course, we have that. 3005.
Okay, hold up, wait a minute, all good, just a week ago. At my house, and we party every weekend. So, on the radio, that's my favorite song. Make me bounce around like I don't know, like I won't be here long. Now the thrill is gone, the thrill is gone, the thrill is gone, the thrill is gone, the thrill is gone.
The thrill is gone, the thrill is gone.
The thrill is gone, the thrill is gone.
Go.
I'm just scared of the future.
Down.
Got no patience, cause I'm not a doctor. So why is he lying? So why you move faster? Yeah, me casa to casa. Gotta sip it like Gaza. Got so high on volcanoes. Now the flow is so lava. Girl, we spit that saliva. iPhone got message from Viber. Either the head is so hyper, or we let bygones be bygones. My God, you pay for your friends. I'll take that as a compliment. Got a house full of homies. Why I feel so the opposite. No matter what you say, what you do, I'm alone.
hold up. Till 2005. Dude, you put in a lot of different acapellas up in this Mo Bang. You know what I'm saying? Damn. I heard like Big Sean, Drake. It's pretty cool. I really love drum and bass. This song, though, I mean, isn't really hitting the full intensity that a drum and bass song should be hitting. Like, especially in this section, it's feeling really complex-y, like a lot of different random basses are playing. Second drop sounding much more professional. Like, that's proper right there. You know, we have, in drum and bass, it's like a slower call and response. So, like, you'll start, there should be a proper call here, which there isn't. If you added something to hit first, and then started this, and then moved into this, and go back into the call response, that would work really well. Right now, it kind of feels like we're just getting thrown in to the main bass here. It's not really a transition section. The whole call and response, the way the basses talk to each other, it's like one different bass here, something here, that will kind of transition this build-up section with everything else. Now, if you could tell, the kick is like so much louder in the mix than everything else. We want the kick to stay loud, but we need everything else to start getting beefier, layered up, getting louder. So like those main basses playing right here. They're like very low volume, low intensity. You really want to start layering those, adding compression, saturation, getting beefy.
All good, just a week ago. Future.
Just like simplify this section. Less basses, less is more. Do that, and it'll be good. Overall, this is pretty cool. I like how you added all these vocals. Sounds pretty fun. And towards the end, it was kind of still stuck in my head, so that's always a good sign. Very nice, very nice. Very good, very good, and very nice. Who is next? We have Siege. Pulling up. See you drop, flip or remix IDK. Flip or remix? What do you mean? Okay, just so you guys know, a remix means that it's official. Like you reached out to the artist or the label, their management team. They said, yeah, you can remix the song. And then the permission isn't it. Like you need the stems. You need to be able to have like full control over the original song so you can remix the song. When you get all the stems into you, so like vocals, basses, drums, you have all the little layers, then you can remix it. So that's a remix. Everything else is either like a bootleg or a flip. We call them different stuff, you know. But a remix, that one's official. And then a remix, you can also make money from it too once you post it. And you can post it on streaming services. Usually you can't just post a bootleg on streaming services because they could sue you, technically, and win the suit. Before they sue you, though, they would just send you like a cease and desist, you know. And they probably wouldn't do that until you're actually making money from it. So that's kind of how it works. We're going to check it out. Let's get it done. Ray Volpe, see you drop, flip or remix at a K. Wanna see you drop, 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 drop. All right, cool. I see where this is going. So really, this fake out is so long that if you extend the fake out, it becomes too much. And you really don't want that because you're actually, the energy level goes down by you adding this extra bit of time. It's weird, but like when we're playing these tracks, like we're going by like 2, 4, 8, 16 bars. And if we have a fake out right here, that's already 4 bars, which is that's like the magic length, 4 bars. Every time you make a drop, you'll be working in 4-bar phrases. If you notice on Ableton, see Ableton right here? If you look, there's dark gray, light gray. These are 4-bar sections. Once you're zoomed in and not zoomed out all the way. So these are 4-bar sections, and you're always going to be working in 4-bar sections. It's like the magic number. So once we have like a perfect 4-bar fake out right here, and you add an extra 2 bars, that changes the energy. It was supposed to drop right here, but now people are literally waiting for it to drop here. And we don't want them to wait. We want these extra buildups to add more energy. So you'd have to reproduce this in a way to add more energy. You would then add another extra 4 bars, extra 2 bars to make it 4 bars. So it'd be an 8-bar total build, which would be proper timing. You can do it that way, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would just delete this, let it drop here, and add extra stuff in this fake out to make it unique and different for you. Oh shit, that's a train wreck. Now with the main layers here, these need to be beefed up. They sound very thin and weak, so we need to make sure they're layered properly. Work on filling the frequency spectrum, lows, mids, highs with your basses, and then the sub isn't really going to the rhythm of it. Well, actually it is. It's going bump, 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 bump. The thing is though, is the sub is like sustained almost, and it doesn't feel like there's enough of a silence, enough of a switch between the 2 subs. So make sure there's like a dynamic switch going on here. Now when we get to these sussies, these also need to be layered so that they're big, thick, full, loud. And then you can use like compression and saturation to make them louder as well. So you add some effects to make it loud, then layer it with another sussie, then get that final push to the front. Because like compare the kick to your sussies. We want to get all the basses as intense as this kick. Now compare the kick and the basses to your clap. So see how weak that clap is? So layer that clap too, get that beefed up, and then that's going to help people dance even more. Because, you know, we dance to the clap on the headbang. That's how we do it. We get it done. See you drop. This is a good one to remix. I definitely would finish this off. You have a good idea going on here. The dynamics between these basses. See all the like silence, the loudness, silence. This is good. Lots of good energy here. So just beef up the main sounds and we'll be good to go. Be good to go. All right, Ashish, good job. Sheesh. Up next, Akari with Inequity. Clip. Okay, check out the cover art. You know what? LeBron James looks a bit bewildered. Flabbergasted, to say the least. Bamboozled, to say the most. We shall see if Akari explains in song frequency what this picture means. Let's get it done. Song frequency. Hey. Man, that's a little bit wiggly figgly, you know what I'm saying? I like this. Boom, boom, boom. It's kind of sounding a little bit pot and panny, you know? I remember back in my old DJ days, you know what I'm saying? Back in like college, I would DJ with some homies at university. And one of them hated pots and pans so much. I don't know why. And then I met more people who were like him. And for some reason, when they hear these pots and pans, it like triggers them. So I would just beware that for some reason, there's like a group of people that don't like these frequencies. But to me, it sounded nice. It's really cool. The only thing that we have a problem with here is like there's something loud happening on the downbeat. So as soon as the drop starts, so this first kick, there's like almost like a white noise crash. It's really loud. It's taking up too much of the mix. The tail is too long. So it's just like disrupting the flow. It's actually not the crash. It's like a different sound. It's like almost like a vocal background thing. Yeah, we need that to be minimized, strategized, and just worked out so that that's not taken front and center, but everything else is. So you could like turn it down. You can use EQ, mix it down. It might be a synth, like, I don't know if it's a vocal or a synth, but we want to clean that up, tighten it up, fix those tails. I'll fix those tails. That's going to help. That sounded nice and dark, though. I really like that. Build-up's a little bit empty. Yep, cool. So just a little bit crowded, a little bit noisy. We want to make sure we don't want to just smash people with full loudness. Dynamics is a thing. So like the difference between loudness and quietness, that's dynamics. So just make sure you got it dynamically flousing and you'll be dynamically on top. Okay, good job, Akari. Killing it. Up next, we got Flaws Fla was coming in with his friend Zeltrix. Oh, wait. I don't even know what's going on. We got FTH with Flaws featuring Zeltrix for the one time. It's called for the passion. Yes. Yeah. Let's go.
Coming with that raw shit, guaranteed. Guaranteed flawless. Guaranteed flawless.
Let's go. Get up for the one time, for the two time, for the one time.
Coming with that raw shit, guaranteed flawless. Guaranteed. Guaranteed flawless.
Yeah.
Guaranteed flawless.
Spicy. Okay, this is nice. I must say, musically, this is hitting because we're using an instrument that's very unique. You know, it's a stringed instrument. You can tell that this is putting us into a different location in the world. I feel like I'm in India. I feel like very spiritual listening to this. I feel like there's gods and goddesses flying in the air type shit. You know what I'm saying? One thing is though, is when I'm feeling these vibes, and then I get hit with, and then you hit me with one of these.
Guaranteed.
It's like the complete opposite of like the vibes we're setting here. So I would really be aware of that, you know, because it almost sounds like this is for a different song. If you were to match the vibes of the intro to a sick pre-drop, as well as fix all the pre-drops that say it too, you would have something really nice on your hands here. On top of that, the clap is very small, very subtle, and this is one of the main things we're dancing to, so this needs to be beefed up a little bit. Look at a little tiny clap right here. So that clap, you can parallel process that clap. It'll make it louder and beef it up. Make sure the clap is like mono and stereo at the same time. Those can be your two parallel layers. It'll help a lot. And then we want to tighten up some of these wobblies. So like there's wobbles in the background, and you can tell because one of the tails of the wobbles like plays out during one of these. See, these are like silent sections. So the wobblies basically need to be tightened up so they're not like peeking through these silent sections. They're kind of playing here. Listen. The hi-hat loop that you're using in general is overplay too, as it gets very repetitive over time. You use it throughout the whole, both drops. So chop up those hi-hats, make them do different rhythms and different phrases, and that will make a huge difference. The 4 to the floor, it's like a 4 to the floor fake out it's supposed to be, but it's way too long at 8 bars. If you're going to do a fake out, make sure it's 4 for this drop. I mean, this song. And then this 4 to the floor, it just really doesn't match the vibe.
That raw shit.
Remember, we're vibing here.
Coming with that raw shit, guaranteed flawless.
So like with the vocal leading up to this, it's almost like 2 different songs at this point. So you just want to be careful. You want to make sure these blends, if the song is asking for 4 to the floor, boom, run it. But if it's not, you don't need to run it. It's not going to be all the time. Usually you wouldn't do 4 to the floor in dubstep. You know, you might hear it sometimes with like Resurrect and stuff, but reference those tracks. You'll see they won't let it play this long for 8 bars. That's almost like if your drop was 16 bars and you had half of the drop be 4 to the floor kick. That's a long time. So just kind of think of it like that. This drop obviously is 32 bars, but you know what I mean? We want to make sure these fake outs are not taking up so much space here. 4 bars is good. And then that's about it, right? Oh yeah, drop in general is very quiet. -7 lefts for the song. It's quiet. You should be layering, adding more compression to try to get it louder to like around -5. That'll be a good range for the wubby. For the wubby wub wub wub. Good job though. I like it. Very nice. Up next we have a submission called I'm Nobody by Eek Beats. I'm Nobody. Oh man, this sounds like you're tripping very hard, or you're maybe a little bit sad, maybe a little bit self-esteem issues. Hopefully, not the latter. Hopefully you're just tripping balls. Let's go.
People look at you today, 20 years later, and they still have no idea what you're about. Tell me in a sentence who you are.
Let's go.
I'm nobody. I'm a tramp, a bum, a hobo. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine. And a straight razor to get too close to me.
Nobody. Good shit, man. This is pretty good. I gotta say, very artistic here. From the beginning to this vocal.
People look at you today, 20 years later.
To this. Next vocal. Once again, very spiritual sound here. Nice vocal. It sounds like she's like singing into like this huge mountainous region. It's very nice. Once we get here, though, it sounds a bit empty because we're missing a lot of these low frequencies. I gotta say, though, it sounds very nice, very trippy. Like, you got some sick, like, wub flow here. It's a little bit loud right here. This little crash. Crash and impact thing. You need to tighten that up so it's not as long, not as loud, for sure. But once we start to wind down into this, it feels really nice. The bass, main bass is going really fast. There's like a sub bass that's going whoop, 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 whoop. So that sub bass is going slower, but that sub is like super weak. You can barely feel it. It also feels like it's only on the right side. Sub bass should be in the middle, mono. It also needs to be nice and fat. If this sub was pumping really fat here, going with the rhythm of that bass, this whole thing would feel filled out. It would just be, it would be really sick, honestly. So I would do that. Once that sub is pumping, then we get here, you start adding an extra little lead to keep it progressing. Synth lead, very simple synth lead in your key. Then we can get to the build. The main drop here. Once again, too loud, too long on the impacts here. And then you want to work on like call and response. So having some basses talk to each other within your 4-bar phrase. Actually, it's going to be an 8-bar phrase with you, because the way you produced it, you got this nice long flow going. So in your drop, it'll be every 8-bar phrase. It's going to repeat your call and response section. So like here, it'll be like, instead of going fast, because you've been going fast the whole time, so you can go slow. So like, boom, bum, 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 and then go fast again. So starting at the beginnings of your drop, you have like slow, long bass, then it goes fast. Then you go back and forth between slow, long bass, fast bass. And that will be really helpful. Speed up that energy. Get things pumping, dog. Good job, man. I like that one. Made me feel good. That's what it's all about. Eek Beats with I'm Nobody. Up next, we have Howl Towel. I don't know if I said that right. Hopefully. With okay, let me try this one. Ishe Pevie Raz Fananal New Mix 2. Okay. Hey, that was a tongue twister. Everything. Let's go.
Drop.
Hello? Hello, who is it? Okay.
Да. Понял.
Понял.
Не.
Chicken.
Я понял, что ты крутой. Я это услышал еще в первый раз. Ты меня
Is that
понимаешь, да?
Portuguese? Brazilian?
У меня вся жизнь катится, но я ночевал.
I don't know what language that is, but it sounded nice. Very cool. These sections. Really, it's crazy hearing how high his voice goes while he's like rapping. Pretty cool. Sounding a bit muddy though. Lots of frequencies clashing here. Lots of low, mid frequencies. Make sure you're EQing each individual track so that these sections sound clean. The sub is taking up a lot, as well as everything else. So everything needs to be EQ'd properly so that the frequencies aren't competing and creating mud. Mud is created in those sections as well as some of the drop sections. Like right here. Lots of muddy frequencies playing at the same time, so you want to make sure you dial those back, get this cleaned up. The main bass lead rhythm also gets very repetitive quickly. It's played usually throughout the whole song here. If we're switching up anything, we're switching up the drums and not the melody. So still, even when we have a chance to switch the song up, you keep the melody the same. And unfortunately, this is just lowering the energy of the song. There's not a call and response going on, so you're kind of just throwing us into the main bass lead after the drop. Now the fake out can do that, right? The fake out doesn't need a call and response. It could just be your main response because we're like teasing it. But once we get to the actual drop here, like it shouldn't just be the main bass rhythm. There has to be like moving back and forth between two basses. So you would either switch up the tone of the bass, switch up the rhythm of the first bass, and then you can have something different leading into the response. You can go back and forth between those. Because after about 4 or 8 bars, it starts to get repetitive and you play a lot more of it throughout the song. So check on that. Make sure that is worked on for overall energy. That's going to help a lot. And then the claps and the snares here. Very weak clap in these dubstep drops. We're like switching up the drums halftime. So we want to make sure that when they headbang on that 3, like boom, it's a nice big fat layered clap. Same thing with here, big fat layered snare. This snare sounds a bit thin, a bit small. So we want to fix those to add more energy as well in those important switch up sections. And that's about it. Bass house. Bass house song in a language I do not know yet. Cool. Up next, we got the Starship Failure remake by Circuit 1. Let us proceed. Bum 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 bum. Okay, cool. Nice. All right, so we got the Starship Failure remake. Now, towards the end here, you start to add more drums, more brass stuff. This sounds full. Nice, good energy compared to these. I mean, sorry, this one. So like this one doesn't have the brass. It sounds like it's empty almost. And then this is like super slow. There's a lot of different things playing here, so it's not as ambient as you might have tried to make it out to be. It's full of frequencies and some are competing with each other. There's a lot of movement too, so our mind doesn't know exactly what to focus on. So it's an intro that's like kind of crowded, and you want to simplify this more if it's going to be like some ambient chill thing, or just get rid of it altogether and start with the speed, because that's going to help the listener stay engaged. Once we get to the build-up, it sounds very low energy here because the snare is so very small and weak. It is surprising because I wouldn't expect you to let a snare like this come through. It's very low volume, very small. And then once we get to the drop, everything gets back to like full loudness levels, which is good. But we are hitting some sections that are way too loud. Just, you know, Murata, like, he pushed the limits of how loud our music gets. And he started making like tearout in like 2018, 19, 20. That was like -3 LUFS, which is way louder than any dubstep songs were. And the -3 LUFS is really the loudest you should go because we're damaging our ears at that point. Anything louder than that is like super damaging your ears. So you need to be very careful not to damage your ears or other people's when they're in the club, and keep your LUFS at a decent, reasonable level. Some of the high-pitched beeps get very loud in some sections, like here. We hit like 0.6. When we peak that high, we got to just be very careful. Turn these things down. Focus on your guns more than those like high pitch frequencies. Make sure those are nice and loud. And then once we get to the second drop, you can start to speed it up some more. Use like eighth triplets and start speeding up the rhythm. Since we heard all of this at the first drop already, the second drop sounds more repetitive, and it really needs some like extra movement and faster rhythms to keep it new, spicy, fresh. I do like your sub a lot. And then that crash that's hitting every gun. Little splash. It's nice and heavy. I imagine this in the club and it would just be rocking people. You'll be going hard to this. And then when they hear that, everyone's do the shit face. So this is good. Really nice potential here. I'd fix that snare, make it sound more professional, add more energy in the intro, add more energy in the later part of the second drop, and you are good to go, my dog. Good job. Tearout as usual is coming in for the win. Alright, cool. Cool. Up next, we got Matt Danks with Meant to Be Unmastered. Let's do it. So we're walking in ADC. Let's go.
Baby, when it go wrong, I thought we were meant to be. Now I
EDC! Dun, 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 dun. Mentally. You're tuning in to 99.9 The Vibe. And that was Matt Danks with Meant to Be. That was the unmastered version. That's cool, man. You got me in that trance, man. You got me in that vibe. Nice vocals. These vocals definitely need to be added to the outro right here. Like faded out, filtered out, like slowly just like closing, leaving, you know? Overall, the song is very quiet. A song like this, housey, trancey, we need to be in the single digits, around like a -8, -7 lufs. So we're close. -15 lufs is like the quietest you should be. Right now we're close to that. So we want to be a little bit louder than this. The energy is low, impact is low because it's not loud enough. So we want to make sure that this gets nice, loud, fat. Use bussing techniques like my template has, and use compression and saturation, multiband dynamics specifically to get things really nice and clean and no mud. We don't want any mud. The hat, open hat, that hat is super important to the rhythm in our dance here. So it needs to be a little bit louder than this, maybe layered, turned up more, add some effects to it to get it pumping. But make that hat as loud as the synths, basically. Because we're going to be dancing to that, man. And listening to those synths. They'll be really good. Overall, the build-up, the way it flows into the drop does not hit hard because we don't have that pre-drop section. So remember, cut a bar out. We want there to be dynamic switches here. So it goes loud, and then for a little bit it goes quiet, and then boom, we get hit with the full drop, and it's so much more impactful when it's like that. It's an EDM staple, especially in songs like this. So make sure you have your pre-drop ready to go. Silence is important. Not complete silence, but just a vocal or just like one sound. Like the switch between loud to quiet is really the main thing we're focused on here. We're all good. Nice feelings in this. I like it. Very plur, my guy. Someone trade me some candy right now. Boom, 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 boom. New bracelet. Let's go. Up next, we got the song appropriately named Bitch by Higher Than the Drop. Vincent himself. Ha! Let's do it. No, don't all do it. Alright, cool. That's called Bitch. Bye. Higher than the drop. Look at that T-Rex though. Okay. So we got some issues in here. We had a pretty nice thing going on. Like once we get here, like that's cool, and then we get lead into the sick transition riser. The drums need to be louder kicks, more claps, snares, build-ups. Build drums in this build-up. These kicks sound very weak. It should not sound that weak. So make sure this is filled up with like nice, clear, clarity sounds rather than like a small kick. Turn up your vocals too. Now, once we get here, we have sub. It's nice. Nice and fat, nice and pumping. But as soon as we hit the response, so like our call's good. Beautiful, has the sub, but then we don't have any sub or bass for the rest of the drop. You only have mids and highs playing for some reason, and that's a huge problem. You need your sub. And on top of that, the sussies are playing too long. So like many basses are playing at the same time. They're competing for like who's the star of the show, and they shouldn't be. If basses are playing at the same time, they should be supporting the other basses. They shouldn't be like competing with each other. So you're going to use EQ to remove frequencies to help them blend together. You're also going to use more silence. You're going to chop things up more, maybe delete some things so that you can free up space, open up more space so that everything fits together like a little house. You're building a house of frequencies. Work on that. Get that call and response perfect. We want to be able to dance as much as possible. Right now the energy is very low because there's no sub. The only high energy section of this whole song is this, which sounds sick. But that's not good enough. That's only a little piece here. Need more. Same thing for the last drop. Do the same thing, and then the timing and your vocals here. Yeah, make sure the timing is perfect. If you're looping vocals, got to get those timing, the start time and the end time perfect on those looped vocals. Okay, cool. That's Bitch. Nice. Oh, up next, we got Dreams coming in with the Suicide Boy flip. And to those I love, thanks for sticking around. Let's get it done. Yes. Woo.
Take me home, it's the one place I can rest in peace. Turn off my phone, so many messages, I wish I could just delete. Pushing in my existence, pushing in my decisions, burning out all the bridges, think I'm down for goodness. Sorry, don't want you to visit. Never trying to deal with it. This bliss up in my ignorance. Still don't deal us. Ex want me to see it. Can't trust her, don't believe her. Break black, turn into a needle. Yeah, I wanna do it again. Shit, I'm not trying to relive it. Fucked up in the 60s. Habits will kill me quick. Quicker than I can blink.
Nice. Filter out the vision, bro. Good shit. What a great song to remix, man. You know, once we got into this first drop and the vocals keep playing, man, it feels good. Where we at right here? Just some vibes. The vocals sound a little bit quiet compared to that main synth that's like wobbling. Sounds fine though. What it really needs, it sounds a little bit empty because there's like no bass line. Like if we listen here, let's try to imagine a bass line. You'd be like, boom, 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 boom. Like you need a bass line. Like that's what's gonna make people move. Because right now it's just like kick. There might be a sub with the kick, but the kicks and the snares and the hi-hats are not enough to make us groove. The bass line is what makes us groove. So make sure you have your bass line on your drop 1 and 2. It's really important. Overall, the song is very nice and loud at -7. The vocals make a huge difference. It keeps the energy high, keeps energy nice. It lets us listen to a whole 4-minute song without it sounding repetitive. You can do a nice switch right here too. This is definitely well appreciated. And then you're able to switch up your different phrases pretty well. But just once again, it just needs a bass line. Nice, strong bass line to keep people moving in the club and in their earbuds. Overall, this is pretty decent, man. Good house track. It's vibes. Reminds me of like, you know, just old school EDM that we all grew up on, man. Before all the big room house, before all the EDM trap, we had house music. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate everyone submitting as always. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go to dripment.com to book lessons, to buy samples, get what you need. Keep it real. Stay fresh. I love you guys all day. I'll see you on the flip side.